Hello, this is Nicole Belanda. I work at Rockwell Automation as the Customer Advocacy Program Manager, and I'm joined by Alan from Gray Solutions to talk about results achieved. Hi, Alan.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining me. Can you tell us what Gray Solutions does and what your role is?
Sure. Gray Solutions is a full-service systems integration company. We specialize in the food and beverage and consumer products markets. So we will build anything from a brand new greenfield facility to working on brownfield projects. My role is Director of Digital Transformation, so I manage all of our software efforts there.
I love your title, Alan. I think that's the coolest title. Gray Solutions is in our partner network, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
So we have a cool story to share about a customer that you've helped. Can you tell everyone a little bit about the customer and what their issue was?
Sure. The customer was a food and beverage or really consumer product manufacturer. They work making different kinds of wipes, disposable wipes, things like that. They had some issues that if there was ever a concern with a product, they have to go back and find where those quality concerns may have come from. They might need to be able to prove that there wasn't a concern or find that there was, and then what do they need to do about it? So with it being a wipe product, the water that goes into it is critical. So they needed a way to access live quality data on their water that was used in their products and use it for things like corrective actions or chasing down a potential product problem.
Interesting. So what did Gray Solutions come to this customer with to solve that?
So it's a customer we've worked with for years, and we have a lot of their data being stored already on premise. But what they had was a situation where IT and quality needed to be able to access data that was really only accessible by engineering. It was data that made sense to engineers. So we worked with their IT group to create a new version of their data in the cloud that would make it accessible for their lab folks, for their IT people, and for others in the organization to be able to take quicker action on things rather than having offline lab data that was after the fact.
That's really neat. So what tools did you use to make that a reality?
So we took the existing data that they had in Rockwell controllers, and we passed it up through the same data collection channels that we've always had, but now we used FactoryTalk Edge to move that data to the cloud. So we put it up through FactoryTalk Edge into Microsoft Azure Cloud. So we used Azure IoT Hub. And then we used something called Time Series Insights within Azure and Power BI to make sense out of that data. So it's a very seamless transition of data from the facility or facilities in their case, up to the cloud and out through tools that the IT department was already comfortable with.
That's really neat. So was the customer able to use that data to help meet the goals they had set?
They were. So the biggest thing for them was response time. If you're creating product, you don't want to continue creating product if there's any kind of an issue. Or if you have an issue that did arise, you want to be able to find that, minimize the impact of that to the market. In both of those cases, they were successful in doing that because they didn't have to wait for offline lab data and testing. And that data was accessible to the people that needed to make those decisions. So they were able to change from, instead of tracing down a problem maybe days or even weeks later, they were able to find it immediately. And if there was a problem occurring, even stop production and not produce any more product that had a problem.
Wow, that's great. So I'm imagining that's fabulous, not only for quality, but also for maybe waste. Would it help them reduce waste?
It does help with waste, and I think even more importantly, a lot of times in the market is just brand reputation. You don't want things getting out that cause a problem. So.
That's really neat. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about what Gray Solutions does and about how you were able to help this particular customer achieve some neat results.
Sure, glad to do it.
Thanks so much, Alan.
Thank you.